Good morning and buenos dias. I am Abu Sha'b and welcome back for another lesson in Puerto Rican expressions. It's June 2016, and this morning we're going to take another look at same word, different meaning, where we look at words that are the same or similar or come from the same roots in Latin and Greek, but have come to have different meanings in Spanish than in English and vice versa. We also look at words that are translated differently from what you might logically think. The first word on this list is compromise. I've heard native speakers of both languages get confused on how to use this word correctly in the other language because the meanings are so different. Compromise in English, as most of us know, means for two opposing sides to come to an agreement, both sides giving and taking a little bit. To express that idea in Spanish, you would have to say something pretty much just like that. Llegar a un acuerdo is to come to an agreement in Spanish. Llegar a un acuerdo. And then you would have to explain the give and take. Now, compromise in Spanish is used as a verb. It's comprometerse. It's conjugated the same way as prometer, the verb for promise. And it's almost always used with that reflective pronoun se on the end. But how we most commonly use this word is the noun form, thankfully. El compromiso, el compromiso. But the meaning is to have a social commitment, obligation, or plans. For example, your boss might ask you, ¿Tienes compromiso esta noche? Do you have plans or an obligation or commitment tonight? ¿Puedes trabajar tarde? Can you work late? ¿Puedes quedarte hasta las 6? Can you stay until 6? Compromiso. Obligation, commitment, or plans. ¿Tienes compromiso en el sábado? Do you have plans on Saturday? Compliment. Compliment, some of the meanings are the same, like a ship's complement is complemento in Spanish. However, the most frequently used meaning of this word in English is to give someone a compliment, right? Hey, you look great today. In Spanish, this is a totally different word. It's el piropo, and you don't give it, you throw it. Tirar un piropo is to give a compliment in Spanish. You can also express this idea in Spanish by saying throwing flowers, tirando flores. Él estaba tirándole flores todo el día. He was giving her compliments all day. He was throwing flowers at her all day. Él estaba tirándole at her, le, flores todo el día, all day, todo el día. Condom. I mention this word because I find it amusing that condom in Spanish is preservativo, preservativo, preservative, although I am not yet sure what it actually preserves. Conquer. To conquer in Spanish has a lot more to do with love and romance than it does with Genghis Khan and the Mongols. To conquer is to woo, successfully woo someone in romance or in love. Si la podría conquistar, sería mía. Is a line from many famous songs. If I could successfully woo her, she would be mine. Conquistar, to successfully woo a potential lover, or to seduce, you might say. Constipation. I mention this word because it's completely different. And it's not la constipación, as an American might think. This word is el estreñimiento in Spanish, and as far as I know, it's just only used in this context. This is the only meaning of it that I'm aware of. El estreñimiento. It's a little bit difficult to say. It's somewhat of a tongue twister. Convenient. Now, we use this word in Spanish all the time. We use it as a verb form. And it mostly means, like, it has the same meaning more or less, but it means to be good for you or not to be good for you if you use it in the negative. Conviene or no te conviene. It's good for you or no te conviene, or it's not good for you. For example, I could call my wife and say, I'm going out with the guys tonight, is that okay? And she might say, no te conviene. Tú tienes muchas cosas que hacer. That wouldn't be good for you. You have a lot to do. No te conviene. That wouldn't be good for you. No te conviene. Courage. I mention this word because it's often mistranslated as coraje, which is more frequently anger in most Spanish-speaking countries, although there are some countries where it does mean bravery. Courage and bravery. To say bravery in Spanish, most frequently you will hear valencia, valiencia, valiente, like Prince Valiant. Valiente is brave or courageous. Valiente. And the last word on this list is an obscene word. This is a foul word in Spanish, especially Caribbean Spanish. I'm only mentioning it so that people recognize if somebody's using this word around you, it's because they have a Caribbean potty mouth. This word is coño. The literal meaning is vaginal labia, but it's used like F or S, an expletive in Spanish, coño. And it's a bad word. Please don't use it. I only mention it so people know when people around them are using bad language. Well, I hope you learned something about the same word, different meaning. Thank you very much for viewing and have a great day.